Hi everyone, hello, how are you all today? And welcome to some more tarot training with me, Anne-Marie. How are you doing? Are you all really well? I hope you are indeed. So, with no further ado, we are continuing our journey through learning some of the meanings and the feelings of some of the highlights of the tarot. And we are dealing at the moment with the Pentacles. So today I have for you the Five of Pentacles and the Six of Pentacles. So what do we have? Well, the Five of Pentacles, well, there's a sorry scene, isn't it? We have our two figures walking along in the blizzard, out in the cold, feeling as if they are completely forgotten about and walking through hard times. So the blizzard is representing the fact that there are difficulties they can't see, and we have one of our characters on crutches, and the other one is wrapped in a shawl and head down, trying very hard to keep going despite the difficulties. So it's symbolic of having a hard time. Five in tarot, by the way, does actually mean struggles in any suit, whether you've got the Five of Pentacles or whether you're looking at the Five of Wands, the Five of Cups, the Five of Swords. It's difficulties. And this card can signify lots of difficult times. The Five Pentacles shown in this image of the stained glass window is there to tell us it's the Five of Pentacles, of course. Hi Sherry, hi, how are you? How are you doing? Let's say hello to Sherry. How are you? Lovely to see you, Sherry. Let me move that to there. It's in different scenes and make a different space. Hi, hope you had a good week, my darling, with all that has been going on, and I hope you had a great birthday and you continue to enjoy the rest of July. Good for you. So, the Five of Pentacles, difficulties, struggles. Fives in tarot, as I mentioned, are all to do with struggles and having a bit of a difficult time. Why? Well, when we start something, we can actually come up with ideas, and the further we go into it, part of our navigating and getting where we're going to be is to find that it's not so simple. And, we have things to navigate, growth in ourselves, and what does that mean? Well, the Five of Pentacles displayed there is to tell us it's the Five of Pentacles, but it's also that stained glass window showing us that there is a light there if we look for it. And sometimes we can miss the point, we can be oblivious to the answer. And so that suggests there is a building there with lights on behind that building where they could go in and take comfort and refuge. Notice in one of our figures in this card that there is a bell. That bell is significant of the times when leprosy was around. And leprosy, they had to wear a bell so that people could hear them coming and move out of the way, so they weren't in any danger of catching what's a very infectious disease. So even that, they're feeling as if they are completely turned away from every which way. So there's a lot of symbology in this card. The crutches, the snow, the blizzard, the stained glass window. So what does it all mean? Well, I always talk to you all about reading in pairs. And if you read in pairs, you're able to actually get the gist of what the cards are telling you. It's being able to have a strategy, to have a structure, and to know exactly what it is you are trying to achieve. Like anything, there is a process, yeah? And everyone says, oh, it's just your intuition. Well, it can be, of course. But if you are struggling, like our five tells us in this particular card, struggles of your own, if you're struggling to learn the tarot, then there's a method, an easy way of doing it. And when I say that, using pairs will give you clarity. It will provide the answers that you're looking for, so that you're not just relying solely on your intuition. Your intuition can be used and combined with what you feel grounded in. And that's really what, the method that I'm sharing with people that has gone on to help people become professional readers or proficient readers, tarot enthusiasts, just wanting to know how to get the hang of something. And that's what I can do for you. I have a whole history in running a team. I've done it for years. I had a big company where I was the brand and the person, the go-to for not just the clients, but for the readers, giving them that support, helping them to stay afloat, as it were, have their back, someone that could give them guidance, you know. It's like a counsellor. If you go to a counsellor needs counselling too. Why? Because they are subjected to lots of different things that's going on that affect them, and they need to know that they are stable in their wellness. And that is where I can help you guys if you are interested in taking it further. So on this platform of YouTube, I'm helping you to just kind of do whatever it is that you need to do about the tarot cards and learning that, but I can take you much further with courses if you are interested in developing and going much, much further with your hobby or your enthusiasm or your interest in the tarot cards. So this card can signify unemployment, falling on hard times. Okay, now how would we know that? Well, let's say it comes up in the 6th house in the spread that I use, which is what I teach you on the courses. You would know it's about work. Let's say it comes up in the 2nd house, which is the house of finances, but not just on its own. Okay, it would probably need something like the Hierophant there, saying authority has put them into restrictions of hard times. You might have the Hermit there, which signifies work, and that could again say, you know, they've fallen on hard times. Okay, it can also represent sheltered housing. It can be work with homeless people. You may be the person that's helping. So, you know, people say, oh, how do I know whether it's them or someone that they are actually helping? It depends upon the major card, and it depends upon the position in the spread. This is a card of feeling that being reduced to some sort of poverty, you know, not quite literally always, but having things taken away from you, feeling an outsider, feeling as if you are destitute. But it's also a card of looking in the wrong place for the solution. Okay, so, you know, I remember this coming up in the 4th house for me many years back, and it came up in a reading where I was asking about moving, and I kept saying, you know, why can't I find the place I need to be, and where do I need to go? And in the 4th house, up came this card, and, you know, I was perplexed. I was like, don't understand. I'm not missing. I'm online. I'm in every estate agent. You know, I'm selling my property. That's gone. I need to actually have somewhere to go. What is it? And I could not understand. And it came up with the Hierophant, and that was like estate agents. You know, it's authority and official things. You know, some sort of contract. You know, that's what the Hierophant's about. So it's coming up with this card. And I thought, gosh, I really don't know. And the house that I was living in and selling was sort of opposite me was another house, and it was my neighbour who had moved to be with his girlfriend, and yeah, it looked like it was coming and going, various things. And I just needed a temporary stopgap because we were building a property and we just wanted somewhere to rent in the interim. So this card came up and I didn't understand it at all. Let me tell you, it was the house opposite. So every day where I was looking, as far afield as miles and miles, to find somewhere to rent for a year while we built a property, wow, it was the house opposite. Couldn't have been easier. And I kept getting this over and over, and misunderstood. I knew what the message was, but it was like, why can't I see it? And the very reason I was missing it is they didn't put a board outside, you know, and they'd gone with an estate agent that was outside of town, and somebody was interested, so there was no point really in advertising it. That fell through and landed in my lap, and I did move there. So do you see, you can really, really get to know what your cards are telling you. Even, yes, you can kind of go, why didn't I know? Because it wasn't telling me what to do. It's telling me I was missing the point, and I was looking at it every day. Like these two figures in this card are missing the fact that there is light in that building that looks like a church, stained glass window, and they are so busy battling with that blizzard and feeling, reduced to having to wear a bell so that people will run away from you because they can hear you coming. Come on. And that must be awful. It's symbolic, of course, but, you've got to really kind of, there's a story in that card. And this is why I love Rider-Waite deck, because there is a lot of depth, a lot of symbology, a lot of things. And it can mean this, 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 and this. And people say, well, how do I know which one it is? It keeps coming back to the same thing. There is a method, there is a system. I can help you with that. But at the moment, we are going through, all of our cards are 78 cards, and then it gets really exciting because I will be sharing my tips and tricks and supporting you. So you can, we can do pairs, I can show you things. I can't do the full courses with you. You've got to pay for those. Come on. I'm here to sell you something a little bit here. If you want that, and at some point there it is, go for it, But if not, if you just want to tread along like this and test the waters, then this is what this is for, okay? So this is also about missing the point. It also could mean that one's health is suffering, but you've got to be very, very careful about doing health readings. But if it's for yourself, you could go, gosh, I'm really falling down the pan here. I've got to pick myself up. I'm falling apart, okay? And you've also got to peel away hangers-on and people that, when you are down on your luck, you will find out who your true friends really are, okay? Hi, sweetie Shukla. How you doing? Nice to have you along. I know you might be looking for readings, but we are looking at learning the tarot cards. If you want to stay, it's up to you, okay? But thank you for coming in. Lovely to see you. Let's just add you to the broadcast. Okay, there you are. Yeah. So thank you. So yeah, it's about getting rid of the people in your life that fair weather friends, maybe. It probably makes sense deep down. It's also a card of new friendships. Hooray, we've got something positive here. So, Pentacles, it's really happening. It's not, oh, I'm thinking this is going to happen, I'm feeling this. Pentacles is something that's already materialized or manifested, okay? We are talking about financial loss sometimes. And, how would we know? We'd look at the second house in astrological houses. There's 12 of them. That would be the house of Taurus. And if it came up there, you go, gosh, it's not good. Maybe it comes up the Hierophant, which again is Taurus and representing finances. So it's knowing where it pops up. Is it popping up as in, it might pop up in the 11th house, Aquarius. That would be card of new friendships, depending on what the major card is, or getting rid of friends, depending on what the major card is. So you will get there. I will be walking you through this very gently, and I can really walk you through it if you go and do the basic courses. And I've explained before, it's all recorded, on you go, buy your course, watch it when you want. It's very reasonably priced, and it is an investment for you as a person. Maybe you want to actually think about jacking in your job and giving up the 9 to 5, and you want to actually get paid for what you love, reading cards, but you don't feel worthy of charging, and you feel afraid because you don't feel that you can provide solutions to some of the difficult questions that you get asked. And I'm there to help you to know how to deal with that. Not because I'm giving you advice on how to deal with it just as a person, although I can. It's more to do with providing you with the answers to what it is that you feel weak at or feel that you need strengthening, and have a strategy and look at things completely differently so you don't feel lost. I felt lost many, many years ago, knew everything and knew nothing, if you know what I mean. Couldn't put it together. This is about pulling it together. Okay, so, and if not, you're just here as in to get the bullet points, that's fine too. Okay, so it's about poverty. It's also about lack of mindset, you know, so busy kind of tackling the blizzard, that's all you can think about. It's about isolation. I talked about that with the bell, representing the fact that this is somebody that feels as if they've been treated like a leper, you know, keep away, you're going through hard times, you know, I'm not interested now. It's symbolic. Okay, it's also about worry and needing help. And it's trying to stick to your loved ones through thick and thin. Those two are together, look. You know, some sort of friendship there. Some sort of, you know, I've got your back to a certain degree. It's not good for me, but hang on a minute. We're doing the best that we can. And it's getting support from an unexpected source. Okay? And that can be, you know, suddenly things are revealed to you, just like I spoke about with the property. Suddenly, I'm being supported. Sherry, you might be able to even say, I remember you saying that, you know, there's something on your mind about property. I won't mention it in too much detail. We spoke about this on last night's live, I believe. You asked a question. You said, I don't feel it in your soul that you should do that. But to your surprise, I think was your statement, you said, I'm being given an opportunity, but I don't feel it. And it's like, well, if you are being given support from unexpected source or unexpectedly, this is, you know, what this is all about. So it's not always doom and gloom. It's about figuring out what position it's in. So what is that position about? Is it about you, home, finance, health, work, careful of health, you know I say that, friendships, relationships, endings, new beginnings, your physical self, all of that, okay? And that's where I can help you, but that's on the courses. Okay, nobody's asking any questions, so I won't keep you waiting. Let's move along and go into this one. Sorry I'm later today than I usually am, folks. It was a very busy week and a very busy day. I got on when I could. I'm not only dealing with readings, although that has been busy. I'm dealing with sort of website problems and various things, not problems, but I'm trying to find solutions to navigating a better experience for the people that come to me. And if you're looking at wanting to contact me for anything, I'm Tarot with Marie. Thank you for coming along and joining me today. Okay, so Six of Pentacles now. We've changed our scene. What's the Six of Pentacles about? Well, if we look at our card, we see three figures. We have one standing there that looks as if he is rather well dressed and signifies that there is some sort of means financially, some sort of financial stability. If we look at what he's holding what looks like scales, and he is offering money to our figure that's dressed in a gold or yellow cloak now on his right. Okay, and there is another figure there in blue handing the hand out almost to say, yes please, my turn, you know, sorry, I know you can't see me doing that. Okay, so yeah, you know, we have what looks like the cycle of giving and receiving, okay, and the ones that are able to give are able to provide means to those that need it, okay. So this is a card of charitable institutions, and that's kind of represented by our wealthy looking figure in the cards that's actually handing some money to one of our figures, and the other one standing patiently and saying, don't forget about me. If we look in the background, we can kind of see what looks like a city and a castle in the background, which is representing the fact that there is a community around. And again, this is like support, okay? Support maybe from your town, from your city, from your council, you know, from maybe income support, as this says. You know, there's all sorts of different names for it, but if you haven't got an income, you've got to rely upon somebody, as in in the government or the council or some sort of charitable institution, or some sort of benefits that you are able to get. Hi Lourdes, how are you? Welcome, welcome. Okay, we'll add you to the broadcast. How are you doing? This is our tarot workshop, and we are learning all about the cards for any of you that want to go on to learn much more about how to read the cards and become a reader for yourself or maybe professionally. Here I am taking you through some of the bullet point meanings of the Rider-Waite based deck. So you're very welcome. This is about help coming from others. Okay, so if this came in my reading in a spread, that in the only spread I use in the spread in a reading, and it was from influences of others, that would actually tell me, sorry, it's very hot here, and whew, it messes with your skin because your skin becomes so sort of sweaty and sore. It's scorched, probably can see. And that's just walking about. I don't have time to sit in it, I can assure you. I know it's very hot in the UK. Stay cool, everybody. I don't know what it's like in America. Let us know what your weather's like. As in, it's always interesting to know where you're coming in from, who's watching, where from, and what it's like for you. Is it day or night? For us in the UK, it's 4:15. For us, where I am living, it is 6:15 in the evening. So money is going out very quickly as well. So, when we're giving help from others, it's not, hey, here we go. It's usually, oh my gosh, I've got to start paying back now and find a way of navigating my way forward. So what can feel like relief is only kind of getting you back and taking one step sort of to stand still rather than actually feel that we're getting ahead of the game. Yeah? Okay. So, it can be the inland revenue. So yeah, it could be that, hang on a minute, instead of it being the influences of others helping you, it comes in here as in the influences of others that are taking money off you in your spread. So there's a different place for that. Okay, money coming in can be the 8th house. Okay, that's what other people's influence of money to give to you. Finances, this could be that in authority, you've got the Hierophant, or even maybe the Devil card saying, come on, get on with it. I'm the tax man and I'm here to kind of take what's mine. So it can be difficult. Okay, there you go. So it's also about being humble, believe it or not. So if this comes up in yourself, and it comes up maybe as a position of your strength, or maybe your subconscious telling you to be humble or reminding you that you are humble. It can be a card of buying friendship. That might be you, or that might be the person having the reading, but that would depend upon where it is in the spread, and it would also depend upon the major card. Okay. It's also welfare, helping these people, or are they the ones that are helping others? You see, so again, where is it in your spread? Is it other people? Is it you? Is it someone else? Is it work? Is it the government? It's all in your spread. Okay. But I can't comment about other people's methods and you telling me what you use, because I've done all that and it didn't do anything for me. I haven't done all of that. I tried many different ways, and even when I see now, I always have a look. I'm always curious. I have never come across a system like the one that I use, and that's not. I'm always aware you can learn something else, but nothing has touched this because of the depth and the insight. It's just like a map. It's like another language of learning. What it is, an alphabet and a language, so that you're able to translate and interpret what the cards mean for you or for the current, which is the person having the reading. So yeah, might be buying friendship, it might be welfare, helping them or they're helping you. It can also be a card of dishing out money all the time. Yeah, bankruptcy, benevolence, being charitable, giving. Gosh, yes, People fall on hard times, and you know, sometimes we go, I don't give anything. I bet you give your time, don't you? Yeah. Remember, Pentacles is not always money. Okay, that's what I say. Giving your time, there is nothing more precious than you can give another human being than your time. Okay? You know, I've told you, I try to make sure I'm here for you. And boy, has it been challenging this week for so many different reasons. You know, it should have been a great week, and it has been, but it's been a lot of things where I've not had time to do what I've really wanted to do. And so making this time today, I'm late because I've had to give my time elsewhere for things that are important. But I was determined not to let anybody down. And as I say to you, look, you know, there's no one in particular turning up here, but I know that somebody's going to find this, somebody's going to need this, and they're going to actually go, gosh, that changed everything for me. You know, and I'm in some way part of that journey to everybody that's wanting to learn. Marua, can you ask a question? Go ahead. Please do. I'll put you on the screen. I'll just wait for what you say. Okay. So the Six of Pentacles is about charity, benevolence, donating, and receiving. Giving and receiving. Sharing your wealth. You know, and don't remember, I'm sorry for those of you that have not followed this all along. Pentacles is not just money. It's represented as coins, discs. It means things that have been already manifested and what you're working with what you've already done. It's not thoughts, it's not emotions, it's not what you're going to do, it's what you've done and what you've got. And it's like picking up something that's totally tangible, you know, like me sort of holding up this card and going, that represents something that is in my hand and what we do with it. It can be your energy, you give your energy, you know, as I said, your time. You know, giving your time to charities. Yeah. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I love feedback. I love feedback. Thank you so much. Sometimes it's a much, much smaller community here on Saturdays. You know, last night I think we had 200 messages, you know, because everyone wanted to read it, which I'm happy to provide. But this is my love. I've read for 30 years. I've guided people along. I've given people that insight because someone gave it to me. And giving it and sharing it. I can only give you so much here. And, you know, of course, you know, why am I on YouTube? Just because, you know, I can give you something, yes, but I can help you. And then, hopefully, you'll remember me. And maybe one day you'll require to have a course with me or to have a reading with me. You know, maybe I can be part of your journey. It's the only way, you know, that we can find and help each other. But people say, what are you doing that for? Because I want to, okay? Because I know how the exchange of energy works. I take my own advice from the cards. It's not just me. I'm guided to do this too. It's not go on there and you know, give up your work and don't do anything and just give it all away for free. Absolutely not. It's about the fact that we've got a lovely community and they reach to me when they need me. And this community converts. You know, every week I am blessed by the grace of my actual sort of lives. Somebody calls me that's new. How wonderful is that? You know, or somebody buys a course or buys one of my tarot worksheets or workbooks or a journal. You know, they start small, of course. By the way, you can have this PDF. Your copy will be white. You can have that for free if you want. If you look in the description, I've already mentioned that, but I will remind you again. Now, we're nearly coming to the end of the 5 and 6 of Pentacles, but stay because there's more, okay? Why? I'll be showing you some different cards, okay? Let me just finish by saying it is the giving and receiving. It is the sharing of wealth and knowledge and time and generosity. you know, and tons of people on YouTube are giving you how to this, that, and the other. It's fantastic. How could you ever have access to so much? And you know what? The exchange is, well, I know you'll all go off and do something with your time to give to somebody in some way, maybe not relevant of what you've got from. It's not, you gave me 5, so I give you 5. It's, you gave me 5 and I was able to go off and do ABC. That's it. Simple as that, okay? And it is always a pleasure to come across people who are navigating their life journey in a way where they want it to actually be as what will I say, fulfilling as possible, and to have as much growth and to not waste any time on this precious short time that we're on this planet. And that's kind of really it, isn't it? You know, do things with a good heart, and you know, it pays back in different ways. So 6 of Pentacles, that's why I'm saying what I'm saying, because it's not just, oh look, it's somebody's going to give me money. When am I going to get it? It doesn't mean that. It can, but it can mean so much more. And that's what I'm trying to help you understand, that life, and people don't always want to know, hey, am I going to win the lottery? Hey, am I, yeah, you can't predict that anyway, but there you go. But that, you know, oh, and do you know my life? And, you know, when am I going to get what I'm owed? You know, they're much more likely to go, God, I'm scared of going bankrupt. I'm scared of those people coming after me. You know, I've been a good person. I want to set to work and help others, but I've been held back. What's going on? And that's where a reading can really help. Okay, so bear with me. I am going to show you what my Pentacle course looks like. Okay, and then I'll be back. We'll change scenes and I'll show you some cards. Okay, the cards I'll be showing you is examples of the 5 and 6 of Pentacles coming from different decks that I actually have, where I'm happy to share with you and say why I chose those decks and why it might be good for you or might not be good for you, so that you might go, gosh, it's not me, it's the deck I'm using. No wonder I couldn't do anything with it. If that's provided your solution, then it's been brilliant, you know. Sometimes I remember that's the first deck somebody gave me was a Marseille deck, and it's like, it was a pip deck. I don't know what to do with that, you know. And I was like, I felt dreadful, you know. And she said, "Oh, I know somebody's got to give them to you." I was like, "Gosh, I wouldn't have chosen these, but never mind." And then I worked it out that there was absolutely no symbology in a pip deck. Okay, and a pip deck just means you'll see like 10 swords or 5 swords, all the same. All that's changing is the number. Okay, nothing wrong with that. I made a deck like that. I actually made a deck like that, you know, and it is, it was a physical deck. I've shown it on here before. I'm not showing it today. So let's jump in and show you a little bit about the courses for those that's interested. Please just stay with me, and bear in mind I'm coming back in a second. Okay. Welcome to the Pentacle family, the Minor Arcana, the Suit of Pentacles, the Earth family. Here you can enroll into my comprehensive video course with me, where I will teach you everything you need to know about the Suit of Pentacles. Now, deep down, most people will probably own a deck of cards and really don't know how to read them. And that's sad if you're an aspiring tarot reader and you want to know so much more. Here's a course where you can learn at your own pace and start the lessons whenever you desire by learn the symbology of the Rider-Waite base decks and what the element of Earth really means. Pentacles answer the questions about finances, comfort, industry, and productivity. Earth is tactile and tangible and deals with the ability to manifest your goals. It represents the resources that we need to build our lives and ambitions, and creates the foundations, which is stable, supportive, and fertile. The sensory existence and the seeking of pleasurable and sometimes indulgent experiences. You will also learn the negative aspect of the Suit of Pentacles, including being possessive, greedy, and overly materialistic. You will learn about overindulging and not exercising, managing one's finances to the detriment of other life priorities. Here's a little bit about me. My name is Anne-Marie. I'm your instructor, taking you through the minor arcana, the Pentacles. So why not enroll now and learn as much as you can about the Earth family, the suit of Pentacles. Here's a course where you can learn my unique system and fast. So I'm back. We've changed scenes. Okay. Can you see all your lovely comments there on the right? Isn't that marvellous? Absolutely lovely. Let's move that a little bit there so we can really read it. There we go. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. Our last comment there, it's not about readings, okay? Not today. Fridays at 5 o'clock, free readings. Today, tarot training. So, Chilswari, sorry about that. Come and see us on Friday at 5, GMT, BST, beg your pardon. Okay, right. So, what do we have? Okay, we've got on the table 4 different decks here. And our first one, 5 of Pentacles, and this one comes from the Light Seers. Okay, so we see our figure here with 5 discs, 5 pentacles. It depends on the actual sort of words used by the creator of the deck. And so don't be surprised if you hear rods for wands and various things that are just a little bit different. It's just an adjustment to get used to it. 5 of Pentacles, well, she looks a little bit down, and it looks as if there is a door, and it looks as if there is a key there. Do you remember me saying about missing the point? This would be, perhaps she's going, I can't get through the door, I'm locked in. And in actual fact, the key's there. Perhaps she's missed her. So I would say that that is a pretty good way of knowing that you could be missing the point when you're actually so focused upon, gosh, I'm down, gosh, this is not easy, and I'm struggling here. What can I do? Yeah? So that's the Light Seers Tarot. So that's good. You can get the message there, but it's only one message. We haven't got the lepers. We haven't got the fact. It feels like that person's been locked in that room and kind of, thrown away the key, but the key's there, look. But they're too focused on looking down again, missing the point. Okay? Sorry, I'm just going to turn my aircon off, would you believe? It can get cold. Okay. So, thank goodness it can get cold in this hot old climate that I live in. The Morgan Greer deck. Okay, so here we're seeing 2 figures, and one is comforting the other, bandage on the head representing difficulties, wounds, physical wounds, bandage on the arm, holding that stick like a crutch, being comforted, feeling bereft of people. Not forget the finance, finance can be there. I'm not saying not at all, but I'm saying don't just bring it down to that. People go on about money and only money. It's not. It's a lot of things. It's things that have materialized. It's not this person's thinking, oh gosh, poor me. No, it's happened. There is something that's happened. That's why they are struggling. That's why they're missing the point, or that's why they are needing to be comforted in some way. Okay? And here in this deck, which is a deck that I came across through watching YouTube by another tarot reader, Queen of Cups, I think it was. She's Swedish and she's lovely, and if ever you get the chance to have a look at sort of generic readings, Queen of Cups is brilliant, and I ordered this deck from her, I believe. This is the Master's Tarot deck, Astrology Answers, okay, and that's sort of what the back of it looks like. So that's the back of the card, by the way. So in this scene, very similar to the PDF version, which was incidentally the deck that I used on that PDF is Radiant Rider Waite deck. Okay, so if you want a copy of that, just ask me for that. You can write to me, it's free. hello@tarotcourses.online. Very happy to send you the worksheets that I've used in this series. And if you just want the Pentacles, because that's what we're doing, or you'd like to go right back and look at the major arcana and the swords and the cups and the wands and finally the pentacles, I can send them to you. It will be sent as an attachment for each one if you want the lot. I can't send it all in one email, it's too big, okay, because the graphics on it just take it up. It's not just little words, okay? So you're very welcome if you want your copy. So that would give you exactly what you see on the screen with me, intuition, only your copy will be white. I did mine purple, so it wasn't washed out on camera, as anyone would be on white. Okay, so Master Tarot's deck, very similar. Here's our character walking on the crutch. There's the church, we think, or the stained glass window that makes us think that there is comfort, warmth, heat, people, a community, somewhere to shelter from this dreadful blizzard. You see, but don't miss the point. Don't be so busy coping that you don't look and see the answer is above you. And quite often I say to people, don't just look down, look up, because the answers are there. It's like when if you want to actually really become proficient as a reader, you need to still your mind. And people say, oh gosh, I can't meditate. Neither can I, okay? Not in the way that we are told to. What I can do though is allow my thoughts to roll and just rest. And while I am resting, I will look at myself in different ways. I will use guided visualization. I have a lot of that on the website too, if you want to have downloads of how to meet your guides, your spirit guides, how to connect to the chakras, all that kind of thing. It's all on there if you want to have a look. Again, tarotcourses.online with me, Anne-Marie. Okay? The other deck I have for you, yes. Now, this is the Pre-Raphaelite Tarot. So, put that there. Yeah, that's a little bit different. Here we've got what looks like people that again are kind of, I'm hiding. Is that because she's ashamed? Is that because she's like the leper? Look at our character here carrying that heavy load and bent over double. Quite often, I hate to say, but in this area that I live, we see women bent over in exactly that pose, with that stick, exactly like that, and at an angle like that, believe it or not, carrying what they have found and used a scythe to load onto their back with a rope and strap it on, and they're walking along and they're carrying it from A to B to actually go and give to their livestock, their goats, their sheep, whatever. And they carry it in this heat, with this poor weather. We're up in the mountains here. Yeah, and they're not young. So that I really do see that. And, I would love to take a photograph, but I wouldn't be so rude as to actually sort of, do that to somebody. It would need to be very much a generic scene where that just got caught by accident almost in the scenery, rather than just focus upon that, because it's very personal, and they're happy. And I can tell you, people like that, and I swear this is true, have been kind enough and generous enough when I've said good morning to them in their language, not mine, offered me an egg, bread, a pepper, that they've grown, olives, some olive oil. Breaks your heart, because it's like, my gosh, you've got nothing, and what you have got, and that little bit that you've got, you need to give to yourself, and there you are sharing it. Absolutely humbling, awesome stuff. This is why I live where I live. I'm touched every day, and we try and do what we can in some small way. We won't be giving things like an egg or something. It's not tit for tat. That's what we say. It's about giving them your time. It's about turning around and being interested in them. It's about saying, I've got this sofa or something like this. We're not using it anymore. Would you like it? Can we get you that? Can we give you a lift? Whatever it is. And, oh gosh, packets of X, Y, and Z that that they'll use, buying it and just kind of going, oh, I've got this as a spare. Really, I've got it for you, but I'm not going to just sort of say that. Here you go. Would you like it? Yeah, that's what it's about. Okay, so we all do things like that. I know, but I'm just saying that really, gosh, yeah. And you see somebody going along and going, that's still happening today. And well, happy as Larry doing it to some degree. If you said, give you a lift, no, but thank you anyway. Wonderful. Okay, so here we go. The Six of Pentacles. Okay, so look at the light seers. Okay, I love that. Different kind of colours on the pentacles, the Six of Pentacles. Looks like, oh gosh, yes, I'm getting, and this one looks like I'm giving, or I'm putting this in for you. And then it kind of, there's not much more there. Yeah, can you see what I'm saying? Beautiful, but you could get really stuck with just that and go, oh, it's just that. Because even I'm going, gosh, what else is that? And I know, I know what that means, and everything about it. So you can be drawn to decks, but they may not be helpful. Some of the cards in the deck are, and we've all done it, got it because you saw this one, this one, this one, and it's like, love it, love it, love it. Oh, hang on a minute, not sure. So always change your deck if you think it's going to help, and definitely look at Rider-Waite, because Rider-Waite is definitely symbolic. And I've used Rider-Waite as in to teach, so we're all kind of looking at the same menu and we can all follow along, okay? And there's no point kind of going, oh, it means this, or I'll try this, and I prefer this. And what do I always use? You can bet your bottom dollar I'm using a Rider-Waite deck on readings. You can, okay? Why do I use different decks? Well, I've got them for YouTube, for number one. But way before I knew I was going to be coming on and doing this on YouTube, I did run a company. And I used to do a 2-card reading every Friday, pick A, B, or C. Back before anyone else was doing it, I would say choose A, B, or C, and I would give them 2 cards. As I say, that's how I work: the major and minor, the pair. Okay, and they would get a complete reading, and I did that for 14 years. Yeah, so I was doing that way before other people were doing it, as in pick a pile. It was one of those things. So having different decks made it look exciting and interesting. And that's my excuse, and I'm sticking to it, because actually I adored the cards and decks that I chose to. Let's be real and honest, I did. Some I've made mistakes on, not been happy about entirely, and I've given those decks away. Okay, really. They've got to go to a good home and stay redundant. I've done swapsies. I bought, it wasn't there was anything wrong with it. It's just too small. Couldn't work with it. It was tiny, tiny, tiny like that, and it's like, I've got a deck over there, and it's just like, it's fine. You think, oh, I can use this if ever I go out in the car and I need to do something and I'm out and about and it's in my handbag. Nah, because if we drop one, you tend to drop the lot. It didn't work for me anyway. Great idea, novel, but my intentions and how it worked out wasn't as practical as it might have thought. Okay, so on Morgan Greer, lovely 6 of Pentacles. How fantastic. Here's a guy saying, fairness. The scales is kind of just representing fairness, law and order, balance, polarity, you know, that kind of thing. And yeah, our guy is actually saying, well, here you go. And again, he looks like some sort of person that's got the means to be able to give. Okay. It could be that he's paying his workers in that scene, you know, couldn't it? Who knows? But it's colours are beautiful, and the colours mean things. You know, when you're looking, and I teach you this on the courses, red is it's about our base chakra, and it's about power, and it's about confidence, and it's about strength. You know, and so when you've got that in the cards, don't miss that out. It's telling you something. And one day you might just turn around and kind of like I am now looking at that. It's like that gold is really standing out. Okay, and that, you know, for me, what does it mean? A million things. But the first thing I remember, you see, and that's your intuition working with your cards, is we were taught when we were training in the tarot, and I went to tarot school all those years ago, that we were to use a golden rod to balance here, and so that we were receiving everything from our higher selves and from the universe, and to be able to have the balance, to be able to hear in a clairaudient way, you know. So it makes me think of that, you know, your intuition being given, downloading from the universe, that kind of thing. You may never have heard that before, or I might on another day pick that up and kind of feel, gosh, actually, I'm feeling something golden. I'm feeling happy. I'm feeling sunny. It's feeling wonderful, you know? So, all of that. And I teach you that in the courses, okay? What the actual colours actually mean. Hi, Zen. I think you were on last night. How are you doing? Hey, hey, hey. Let's say hello to Zen. Priya's, oh dear. See, I have to move it when I change scenes. Hi, Sam. Hope you're okay. Thanks for coming in again. Okay, so, lovely to see you. Thank you so much. And I know that there's a lot of you watching. This is, you know, when I first started this, I used to do it many, many years ago on my other company. And I did it as in on Facebook. And we used to get so many people coming in, loving it. And then, of course, you know, I've taught people so that they've been able to kind of work for the company that I founded. So they started from scratch and they went off and they were able to be a psychic operator, you know, working their own times and doing what they wanted to do. Absolutely fabulous. So, hi, hey, how are you? Hi, Sasa. Hi. I'm not putting the people on who are asking for readings because we're not doing readings, darlings. It's Friday at 5 if you want readings. If you subscribe to the channel, ring the bell, you'll be notified when I come on. Yeah. Oh, Zen, no, I know I didn't get to actually read for you, sweetheart. I'm so sorry about that. But as you could see, there's a lot of people asking for readings, which I'm delighted about. Unfortunately, I walked away feeling quite disappointed that I didn't reach as many as I would have liked to. And that's perhaps one thing, and that is that I go for depth rather than trying to please everybody and pleasing nobody by just kind of doing quick sort of boom, boom, boom readings. No, quite honestly, Zen, you stood out. I could see you were new. I walked away disappointed simply because I felt that the new ones didn't get there. And because I say queue and go in order, so what I do, folks, on Fridays when we actually have live readings for free, so you can get a taste of what I do. I'm really sorry, I'm itchy. It's the sun is driving me nuts. Not that I'm in the sun, but it plays havoc. The aircon and, you know, the fans going and, you know, sweating. Sorry. So I'm just being myself. Hang on a minute. I've got to have a sip of water. Okay. So my apologies for not being able to read for you. I'm sorry. So I kind of am working on, and I said to Tony, my hubby, who is my support. I said, got to make sure that, we're reaching a variety, and definitely new people, as many as I can. So I think that what I'm going to do, Sam, is ask people to type up occasionally, perhaps next week, new. And if we put new, it'll work a bit like this. Tell me what you think. I know I'm jumping out of what we're doing for the moment, but let's say that I do this. Let's try that. You see how your comments have disappeared? But Zen, if you just type new for me now, can you do that? I'll wait for her to do it. Is she still there? Can somebody type new for me? Yeah? I know there's a delay a little as well. So she did! Look! You see? So if I do that, the new ones can come in, and I don't know if I'll say new, and if they then put new and Q, okay? So then I can filter it through. So let's say somebody's putting up there, but I think new would be enough. Aye! So thanks so much for that, you see? So we go back to all the comments there. I took ages trying to sort this out so you could all see. Oh. I love it too. To you as well. Thank you. Okay. Okay, right. So yeah, this is our tuition. So in answer to your question, this is about training people how to read the cards if they want to learn how to do it themselves, and if they want to go on and learn how to actually develop as a reader. I provide courses there on tarotcourses.online. As you can see, okay? I'm Tarot with Marie, been doing this a while. Yeah, the messages are delayed, sweetie. Our internet, we're up in the mountains here, and yeah, there is a delay of about 5 seconds or so. And I know that it's been Eid here where we are, or Byron, as they say here, and the internet can really take a hammering at the holiday times because everybody's on it, talking to family. It's a time of family. And yeah, there can all be technical problems, and people are on holiday. It's a national sort of holiday, so things don't get fixed in a daily way because of that week holiday. But you know what? We're all spoiled most of the time anyway, aren't we? So that's just fine. Okay, so my lovelies, let's bring this to the Master Tarot deck, which is again our wealthy or person of means, almost throwing money down to these two people that could almost look like they're going, oh my gosh, I'm begging. It's symbolic to say, again, you are being given. And again, look at this gold twinkling. You see, that's really catching, isn't it? Really is. And joyful and happy, and and I'm seeing it everywhere now. Once you start, you can't stop, you see. So something's coming through very, very psychically and very, very intuitively to say it's about joy, it's about happiness, it's about fulfillment, it's about your base chakra. It's also, when you are looking at your chakras, you've got this white chakra here in the crown that goes into like a golden shower. That comes down when you get your chakras balanced. And again, that's protecting. So there's a lot of protection for people. So there's protection used when you're reading. I think that's what I'm being guided to say to you with me seeing those cards and saying, hold on a minute, don't forget to protect yourself. What I mean by that is, it's not a case if the cards are bad and there's magical qualities. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, you can be drained by people. You can pick up their stuff, okay? So in order to actually just kind of bring yourself back to normal, I use a stone, okay, which is earth. And that earths me, brings me back, and whatever I've picked up, it's gone here. It's gone back into the earth. Thank you very much, but, I am me, you are you. That was a pleasant exchange, but boom, it's back, okay? And then to amplify what I'm doing, I would use a crystal, okay? That's one of mine. One of many, 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 okay? And there's some rose quartz. And I have a massive amethyst that sits behind me. Huge. This is a tiny one. If you saw my huge one, I put that on YouTube a couple of weeks ago, and people were like, "My God, that's huge." Yeah, but you know, when you do what I do, and it's beautiful, that's the first thing, and it is helpful and amplifies what I do, then you know I will pass and share anything I can with you all. It is my pleasure to do so, but it's also a privilege to do the work I do, and you know, to help people enjoy the tarot as much as I do. And there's our pre-Raphaelite, that's hard to say, Raphaelite tarot, okay, showing our character here, handing money out. And this kind of almost looks like these are workers. So in this scene, it's like, well, is he paying them? Is he the boss, sort of thing? See how you can see different things? This looks like beggars. This looks like workers. Different decks, different things. Yeah? So, I'm going to say ta-ta to you now. Gosh, got the dog's teeth in. Talking of the dogs, that's what I'm off to do. I have been with people all day, and you know I've got Jack and Jill, the puppies, that are now 4 months old, and I rescued little Minnie, and so I'm going to go and feed them, and then I'm going to walk Daisy and Sandy, my rescue dogs. I have 10 dogs in this place that I'm living, and that's something, you know, if they need help and they're vulnerable, yeah, we've got some space. I haven't got children, so we're happy to help. So, all right, my lovelies, thank you so much for watching. Please do subscribe. Please, please do remember you are welcome to have your free copy of the PDF, which is hello@tarotcourses.online. Kathy Marie, thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much for that. Love and light to you as well. I will play you out with the colourful courses, a little bit about what you can do if you do the courses, because that's what I'm here to tell you about, and what it can lead to. And I'll be back next week. I'm sorry, guys, I do not advertise this slot because, oh, darling, thank you. I really appreciate that, because what that does is it helps YouTube to kind of, what's the word? Not promote, that's not him. To push what I'm doing out there so that others can find it more easily. That's what I'm trying to say. That's why it helps. I'm not monetized, even though I've got the subscribers and the watch time. I'm not monetized, okay? And I think for what you may be monetized, it's tiny, you know, unless you are one of those big superstars. So don't think, why do I go to the trouble of paying to get it, you know, thumbnails, to actually stream like this? I'm multi-stream. The settings, this has took me 2 years to kind of get the frame that you see around me, yeah, and my logos, all of that, because I was part of a big company and I wanted to do the courses and they wanted me to keep doing readings, and I said no, getting older, and you know, I actually want to do what I want to do, so I have to fulfill this part of me, and the only way I can do that is to spend time putting these courses together. So it took me 2 years to build it, okay? And it's all available. You can't download it. You just go in and watch it, and you can go in anytime you want and know that you've got access to your courses there, okay? And go through it and know that you are able to work at your own pace and not feel that you've got to rush it or whatever. And you can always pop on here and see me and ask me anything about it if you get any questions, or you can write to me on there, or you can email me on there, or you can message me on there. I've got WhatsApp and everything, okay? So thank you all so much. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for your time. I hope that I'll see you next week. It's always Saturdays or Sundays. Up to now, I think it's been a Saturday pretty much every week. But because of readings, I have to put them first and know that later on my Saturday I can do it. Plus, I think by coming a little bit later, we get a chance to kind of, a few more people wake up in different parts of the world, yeah? You know, and we get to see you all, which, it's lovely. If I come on too early, America's not woke up in certain places. I know that because I read for the Americans. Had somebody from Texas yesterday, had somebody from London today, Canary Wharf, got somebody from India, New Delhi, Australia. It's been wonderful. Where else? Gosh, trying to think. Mexico. Had somebody from Mexico this week, and Jordan. See, fab. Someone from Ireland, as in Republic of Ireland, fabulous. Oh, Sen, you're from the Philippines. Hey, now you see, I love this. And Sherry, I think Sherry's from Central America. I forget where you're from, as in you told me. I think it begins with M. It's gone. It will come back to me. I'm sure it begins with M. Sorry, it's gone. Anyway, let's jump onto this, and I'll see you all soon. Thank you for subscribing and liking, Zan, and I'll see you next week. Okay, here we go.